In Lesson 2, you saw how it was possible to change the paragraph style for all of the text in a document with just a couple of clicks of the mouse button. In this lesson, you'll learn how to create your own custom personalized paragraph styles. Start a new LibreOffice Writer document and make sure that the sidebar is toggled on. If your sidebar is not on, you can select from the menu bar View, Sidebar. Whenever you start a new LibreOffice Writer document, it will automatically be given the file name Untitled. Well, we want to change that. So from the menu bar, select File, Save As. In the Save As dialog box, you should set the path to the folder where you're saving your lessons and enter the file name My Poem. And then select Save. And now your new file name will be shown on the title bar. Let's do a quick review of the options available in the sidebar. There are actually 7 different options to display in the sidebar. There's the Properties option, and if that's set, it will usually duplicate many of the tools found on the Formatting toolbar. There's a Page option, there's a Styles and Formatting option, Gallery, lots of graphics available for you to insert into your documents. Navigator, that's primarily used when you start creating multiple chapter books. There's a place to manage changes and a design area. For this lesson, we're going to focus on the Styles and Formatting option. When the Styles and Formatting option has been selected, you'll see several tools across the top of the sidebar. You can control the paragraph styles, character styles, frame styles, page styles, line styles, table styles, fill styles, and you can also use the sidebar to import styles from other documents. In this lesson, we're going to focus on the paragraph styles. Here's a brand new document titled My Poem, and the Styles and Formatting option has been selected for the sidebar. And within the Styles and Formatting option, the paragraph styles has been selected. And down near the bottom, you'll see a text box with a little arrow beside it. And right now you see that all styles are available. And LibreOffice comes with a tremendous variety of different styles, different paragraph styles already created that some people have found useful. We're going to ignore all those. We're going to create our own custom styles for the poem document. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that little arrow and find on the list Custom Styles, and at this point there are no paragraph styles yet created. We're going to start by creating a custom paragraph style to use for the body of the text in our poem. So we'll find the sidebar Custom Style area and we'll right click and then we'll select New. And that opens up the paragraph style dialog box. And this dialog box has multiple tabs for us to go in and change different parameters within this style. We're going to start with the Organizer tab. In the Paragraph Style dialog box, and with the Organizer tab selected, we enter the name My Poem Body. For the next paragraph style, we'll use this little scroll bar and we'll select from the list My Poem Body. Now there's a place to inherit from some other style. We're not going to do that. We're creating a brand new thing. So we'll click here and we'll scroll up the list till it says None. And the category where our new paragraph style will live will be in Custom Styles. Next, we'll set the alignment for our new body style. We'll select the Alignment tab and we'll select center. Then we'll go to the Font tab and we'll select a font for the text body of our poem. Now you can set this to any font you like. In this example, I'm going to choose bold 14-point type. That can be changed anytime that we want to change it. And once we've selected the font style, for now we're not going to pay attention to the other tabs. We'll get into those a little later. So we'll simply say OK, and you'll see the My Poem body style now listed in the Custom Styles list in the sidebar. We're going to create another style to use for our poem. So let's right-click in an empty area in the sidebar again, select New. That should open up the Paragraph Style dialog box, and we're going to go back to the Organizer tab and enter a brand new name. This time we'll create a title paragraph style for our poem. And now the next style we're going to set as, I have to scroll up here a little bit, as My Poem Body. Now here's the way this works. When you start typing in a paragraph named My Poem Title, and then you hit the Enter key, the system's going to automatically change to whatever style is listed in this next style option. Once again, we're going to say none for inheriting styles, and we'll leave this in the custom styles. For alignment, we're going to say centered. For the font, let's have a little fun, and let's see what else we might have available. Now, every computer will have its own set of fonts installed, and not all computers will have the same fonts. In my computer, I have something called Antique, and so I'm going to use an Antique, maybe a 36-point type, make it really big. And here it gives me a little example of what that font looks like. Here's a little side story about fonts. If you use File Explorer and go to Drive C, and then look in the Windows folder, and in the Windows folder, select the Fonts folder, you'll get a preview like this that shows all of the fonts that are installed in your computer, and you can scroll up and down and see what the fonts look like in these little graphics picture windows. And so it might be kind of fun for you to explore the different fonts that you can choose from in your computer. In this example, I've set the font for the poem body to be antique and fairly large. I've gone ahead and entered the text as suggested in the PDF file that goes with this lesson. And now I want to demonstrate the power of paragraph styles. Now, when I put the text cursor on any paragraph in the document, the paragraph style indicator will show me the name of that paragraph style. Also, in my custom styles window, it highlights the particular paragraph style that I've selected. If I go here and select something in the poem title, that gets highlighted in the sidebar, and these settings are also reflected in the text formatting toolbar. You see the name of the current paragraph style, and you see the font, and you see the size. But what I want to do is I want to modify the font used in the body of the document. So I'm going to right-click over here in the sidebar. I'm going to right-click on the My Poem Body paragraph style, and I'm going to select Modify, and that will open the paragraph style dialog box for the My Poem Body paragraph. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the font. So let me find something that's something that you'll see that it's different. How about calligrapher? And I'm going to change the style. I'll leave the style of bold, but I'll make this be 20 point. There's also a font effects tab in this dialog box, and one of the options is to turn a shadow on or off for that particular paragraph style. You see it reflected there. It's hard to tell at this magnification. If I select the outline option, you'll see how that changes the paragraph style. So I'm going to toggle these off. Now I'm going to click on the Apply button in this dialog box and watch what happens to the paragraphs in the body. All of the paragraphs that use the My Poem body style are instantly changed. Don't have to go in here and manually do it character by character, line by line. The paragraph style will control all of the paragraphs in the entire document. And so if I want to change the font, I don't like the looks of that, maybe I'll go to, how about Comic Sanskrit? Comic Sans. Sans means sans serif, and serif are the little hooks you see on some fonts. Okay, let me change to Comic Sans 28 point type. Let's apply that, see what it looks like. Okay, let me go to the My Poem title font, and let me right click, modify. In the dialog box, let me go down to, once again, Comic, if I can find it, Comic Sans, and this time I'm going to make it bold italic, and I'm going to change font effects to shadow, and let's apply that. Okay, so you see the power we have. We can change everything in the entire document, every paragraph in the entire document, with one change in the dialog box. One of the changes I might make is I might want to have more space below the title. Let me right click on that paragraph style, go into Modify to open up the dialog box, and this time I'm going to go to Indents and Spacing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put below the paragraph, I'm going to add some space there. And I'll add, let's say 0.2 inches below the paragraph. Now I can use the Apply button to see the effect of that. You see what happens? So the point is, if you don't like the spacing between paragraphs, that's one of the things you can change globally using the paragraph style dialog box. By now you should remember that whenever you accomplish anything within a word processing document, you should use the Save tool to update the data in your document file. Otherwise, you may be disappointed in losing some things from time to time. The other thing to remember is you need to practice to develop your skills. Just like if you were learning to play the piano, you'd practice each piece more than once. You should use the same drill and practice technique when you're learning word processing. So what you should do is create a brand new file and go through lesson 3 from the beginning and practice all the concepts presented, and then set that aside. Start with a blank document with no tutorial at your elbow and see if you can create your own attractive piece of poetry using word processing.